I know you've talked about this, and I've actually talked about this for like 20 years. I've told people you store your emotions in your body and your fascia. And I know you have too, which is so interesting to me because way before I knew who you were, like that was my belief and understanding as well. And I know you are. And then, like you said too, when women, we store tension in the pelvic floor. When we're stressed, the pelvic floor, we tighten it. And when studies have shown when women watch like a scary movie, they like create tension in the pelvic floor unknowingly. And so I'm so excited for the blasting component with that and that tension within the pelvic floor.
I really, it's very hard to quantify like in a scientific study. And I usually try to start with that, storing trauma in the body. But in fact, that's something this week that we're focused on as our company. And so it's kind of a fresh topic for me. But, there is the current belief that we have like a trauma and we store it in this part of the brain or whatever. I have never thought that. I can tell you as a therapist, doing hands-on work, I have actually seen people's traumas, like had visions and flashes.
Yeah.
I've touched people in certain areas and thrown up. We've had every FAA, which is our training academy, in the release of certain areas, people shake and we help them to get it out. So I have hundreds, if not thousands of hours of real life in the trenches experience with trauma leaving the body, and also what types of traumas store in what areas. And I can tell you 100% sure the front of the hips, the pelvis, the inner thighs, the low back, those areas are the ones that really hold the heavy stuff. So I feel super happy that just by this whole, mechanical program of how do we restore that we're going to be able to release those energetic blockages. And I think it's important to let people know that if you start sobbing, crying, or if you feel angry, or if you feel like you need to go to sleep after you've, blasted those areas, that's really normal.
Yeah, very normal.
Like that's amazing that can happen. I hope one day, Courtney, we can somehow measure it, because I literally feel that it is an energetic blockage. We know that fascia is the most energetic system of the body. And if we can store trauma in the body, in the fascia, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to release it manually. And then it releases it
100%. And when I work with people privately too, I see like certain exercises, certain movements or positions where they're like opening up. And I see this even when I do pool workouts with people, they get like, they can't open up because they're so closed off emotionally. And like, there's an exercise especially, where they have to feel like this, or I have seen people cry, or they just get like exactly the emotions you're saying. And it's okay to feel that way. You're releasing
not only okay, it's desired. It's part of the process.
We do store it. And when I do like postural assessments and I watch people even walk, it's so hard because you see it or you don't. I know you have an eye to see it and most people don't. You can see like energy blockages in the body, right? When you watch people walk, you're like, there's nothing going on energetically in the hips or the scapula or wherever that is, but you're like, there's like this big energy disconnect in that area. And it's so powerful to be able to do exercises and fascial work to help open that up. So then we're communicating with our whole body.
Let's be honest, like go walk through an airport and the two energy blockages you're going to see are going to be your heart and your womb.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I love that exercise with the feet on the wall and your hands back. It's in almost all my videos. The first couple, it's a little intimidating for some women. They think they can't do it. I've had like 70-year-old women do it. 80-year-old women. It's so
Get your legs up on the wall.
Yeah, but they get like fearful. So I did a couple, workouts without it in, but it's such a powerful one because you're back and you're so open, and it ends up being most people's like favorite or one of their favorite ones. And it's really because you just are able to open up energetically, and then the fascia and the muscles, everything's really open in a way that like we're so like this, and so it's a really powerful one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. And like PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and endometriosis are so common with women, and a lot of women take birth control, which actually for some women can make it worse. But I don't want to tell you to take that or not. I think you really need to see a doctor on that. But I do know that the fascial work and pelvic floor exercises can help tremendously when you have any pelvic pain, the endometriosis, to increase your blood flow, get the muscles and the fascia working appropriately, get like the appropriate amount of tension and flexibility. And then it's like such a great natural treatment to help provide relief. And for me, my menstrual cramps completely went away with time and I've never come back. And I've had so many people I work with either have an elimination of cramps or a decrease, and same with like endometriosis symptoms.
I'm going to just co-sign on all of it.
Yeah. So I just think it's important for women to know when they're struggling.
I think we get these scary diagnoses and then the limiting belief comes in that's like, oh, well, it's not going to help with that. Try it. If it works, it's a home run. And if it doesn't, you're right here. It's
you have nothing to lose. And even if like for a woman who is struggling with that, if you don't notice after a few months the symptoms improving, guarantee you it will be helping so many other areas. You want to stick with it. I mean, pelvic floor work to me is essential. I tell my 10-year-old daughter, I mean, she does it with me and I'm like, you need to be doing this, especially as a dancer, but just a woman. And as you get older, it's not a like, should I be doing it? It's a like must do.